Testing, testing. Okay, now we're good. My apologies. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. Had to link up my AirPods. My apologies. It is the end of the month. It is Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. If this is your first time, make sure to like our videos, turn on notifications, and subscribe to our channel. As always, thanks again. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Dow futures up 181 points this morning. A lot of that is Salesforce.com. The cloud company did report earnings yesterday with a double beat. Let me see if I can get the actual heat map to show you guys. All right. And CRM, which is Salesforce.com, they are part of the Dow. So here we go. Here is our heat map. You can see this morning CRM is green. Microsoft is red. Amazon down about 0.5% this morning. Banks kind of mixed. I still have those Citibank calls. They're about to be in the money. Energy is up with the OPEC meeting. Healthcare, again, we had some talk about Humana and Cigna, about a merger. And other than that, not real much out there. The big one here being CRM on the Dow. That's why the Dow is up so high, since CRM, mega cap, big cap. Cloud company is up 8.77%. That's what you're going to get. So again, it is a weighted average. CRM isn't too weighted. It isn't a Goldman Sachs or UNH or even a Microsoft, but again, it does help the cause. So that's why the Dow is up and the S&P is relatively slightly green, just in case anyone wants to know. S&P 500 futures 4567, the Nasdaq 16,039. We were higher around 16,001, but we pulled back on the futures side. Russell continuing to push a little higher, 1813, up 0.43%. Yields are up 4.334 on the 10-year. VIX is up 0.92%, 1310. The dollar is up as well, 130.40. Crude oil up 1.34% due to the OPEC meetings that are happening as we speak, 78.90. Gasoline futures $2.25, up 0.31%. Gold futures are pulling back, down 0.60%, 2054. Maybe a little overbought, but we hit that twice, so I'm glad that we got futures this week on the gold side. 25.47, up 0.13% on silver. Copper $3.83, up 0.22%. Euro dollar down 51 pips, 109.17. 148.12 for the dollar yen. That's up 88, 136.19 for dollar Canadian dollar, up 30. Bitcoin futures 38,005, down 0.16%. Ethereum is up 0.15% at 2054. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Chop Show. That's what we're getting. Got a nice little breakout yesterday, nice pop. But again, right now we're still kind of stuck in a range. There is some details here in regards to what to expect today. S&P 500 up for the month, big for the month. What happens in the last day? Turns out a red day would be normal. If you're up over 8% for the month like we are now, heading into the last day of the month, the last day has been lower the past 9 times since 2022. So let's see what exactly happens with the market. Again, we're kind of looking at support of a right around 45.50 on ES. If we're looking for some support on NASDAQ, it's right around 15,950 to 16,000, but it's really just been chopped and not much to trade there. Citibank, I do have Citibank calls for the 15th. We talked about that volume push, and we hit in the money yesterday. If we do, we got 46.79. That is your gap to fill. We are in those. We were green yesterday. AMD was in the money yesterday at 125.73, and then it pulled back. We're starting to trek a little higher. Let's see if we can get that breakout above 125.75. And if we do, 127.76 or 26 would be the next level higher. I know someone had a question about GME. GME, good morning. GME, if you guys remember, yesterday I talked about that unusual options activity. When it came to GME, I mean, the options activity was reported at night. So it's not like we could do anything. Beautiful push higher. But again, rejecting that 100. I talked about this with premium members, and one of our members was asking, what would be a good price to get into GME for a breakout? Maybe we could trade it. And I said above 17.13 is your 100-day moving average. And if we break that, we could take a look at those 20s that have a lot of volume. But we did break, and I said, let's just hold off. We got some risk on the board. let's kind of be smart with it. We don't need to push anything. And I'm glad we did that because we pulled back right from that 100. So, if we get above 18, we could start talking. How's that? So we don't want to get wicked out. So let's place an alert above 1804. And if we do, we could target the 20 calls. Listen, I have no problem messing around with the high betas, no doubt. But get me above 18, we could target, 19 to $20 level. But as of right now, you do also have a gap to fill on the daily now around 1358. Who knows if it fills? It's better off just to watch right now than it is to put any money on the board and risk. So we talked about Citi, we talked about AMD. Trying to think what else we got going on this morning. Oh, Disney. Yes, unfortunately, Bob Iger. Let's take a look at the daily. So if we want a miracle ahead of Christmas, we need Disney to soar to 100. All it takes is a headline. All it takes is any kind of news. Is it probable? No. But again, I'm willing to hold it. And it just sucks because we're on a nice winning streak and Disney might be the ruiner of it. We'll go over that together this weekend with the end of the week recap and the preview of the next week. We'll also go over our November. Our November was absolutely excellent. The month isn't over. I'll get that spreadsheet sent out to everyone on premium for the month, but it was an absolutely monster month. So again, I'm trying to see if we could squeeze out just a little more trades, that Citibank and that AMD trade for today. And if we do, that really puts a bow on the month. The only thing I'm going to regret, obviously, is that Disney call for now, but that's where we are, unfortunately. Can't win them all sometimes, right? Thoughts on Palantir above 2035? I do like Palantir, obviously. Let's take a look at the charts. Yeah, let's go ahead and wait for 2026. How's that? 2030? 2030 sounds good. If you break above that, again, that's that July high. If we can get above there again, 21 to 22. And again, we're going to put Tesla on there as well. We took Tesla yesterday. We took Mara yesterday. Tesla, thankfully, we did because we actually wicked to about 252. So let's do this. Let's wait for that break above the recent highs of 252.71. We'll add that on the watches for next week. We could target 270 to 280. So again, you have that trend line really from the recent high, all-time highs. You're right below the 100-day moving average, 252.71. That's going to be my alert. That's the wick high. If we break out of that or we break above that, 270 to 280 calls would be the target. So that's kind of the watch list for next week today. Let's see, snow. Snow starting to move, 188.50. You got this kind of triple top, double top we're looking at here. So what do you really need to wait for is right around 192. If we do the 192s, if there's volume, you could target the 200s. That's pretty much the best thing I can tell you here. With that gap up with CRM, again, they are a cloud company. If you do break above that level, then you got as much as 205. And then once you break above that, we can have conversations. But again, we need to get out of this range here. So far, so good, 188.50. But above 192, I'm in. We'll go ahead and see for volume. I don't know if exactly. Thoughts on a swing on Palantir and BitDeer. Okay, let's see it. Peloton. On the daily, yeah. Now you got to get above this 100 here. Right above 621. If you can get above there, there is a gap to fill here at 689. Maybe do the 7 calls. But again, you need to break that 100-day moving average. Break above the 200 would be nice. $10 is a huge level. That's what we want to break if we want to trade a little Peloton. BTDR, never heard of this one. It is bouncing off the 20, which is usually a good sign. Let's see the weekly. Okay, so nothing here. I mean, it doesn't look the best. I guess above 526, you could start taking a look at possible upside. That would be the level I'm looking for, 526. And then FL, which is Foot Locker. Foot Locker, nice gap up, but it's hitting this head right here at that 200. You have a massive gap to fill at 3903. Let's see if we can break above 30. 30 clears the 200-day. Now, again, I don't know if this thing has volume, but if you do break above 30, target 39. So $9 out of 30. Let's see how much percentage gain that is if you were looking for it. Get above 30 to 39. That's about a 30% upside if we're playing the gap. So, hey, not bad if we can get it. If you're trying to swing the stock, hey, not bad if you're just playing the gaps. Above 30, target 39, that's a 30% upside move. Puts on FL. Well, you got the downside gap up here of 23.95. If you break below 27, you could target 23. So let's go ahead and see if we can break this level here. Let's say if we break below 27, we could see if we have any puts. How's that? So now you're in between two gaps now. Always fun. BTDR is a Bitcoin miner. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, we do obviously trade the Bitcoin proxies. Look at Coinbase. Coinbase has been soaring. The next level I have is 176.39. Looks really great. Let's see if we can break above this resistance of 132.35. Again, I still say Bitcoin hits at least 40,000 by the end of the year. It's not exactly a big call, let's be real. But last year in 2022, we were talking about Bitcoin around 18,000. If you guys remember that blog and that post on Instagram with the Bloomberg chart and everything. So Coinbase starting to move again. I also trade Mara, Riot, all those names, but let's place an alert at 132.35 on Coinbase and see if we can maybe see some volume for more upside. And you're very welcome, John. Thank you so much for being on the morning note with me this morning. Man, there's a lot of opportunities out there. You know, it doesn't have to be NVIDIA all the time. It doesn't have to be Microsoft all the time, but we're starting to move. And I think today is really the cleanup day. You know, I'm trying to see if we can get AMD. I'm going to try to see if we can get City today. City looks like it's more than likely going to hit, bounce, and we're going to get breakout, and we're going to catch those trades. We are in the 46 calls, and AMD needs to get above 125.73. Again, looks great on the 1 hour. I'm just afraid we may run out of time. That's it, and that's really the issue. And I bought time for this stupid thing sometimes, and it's been a great stock. AMD, we have not lost a trade in AMD this year. So can AMD bring us some Kobe Bryant clutch magic? That would be a beautiful sight to see. Could be a chop day. Yeah. Yesterday was pretty choppy. You know, we had a nice pop, we had a chop, and we had a drop all in one day. Hope everyone had a good time watching it. But we're starting to get to that complacency mode, end of the month. A lot of people did very well in the stock market. Again, if you were doing calls or you were long. But as of right now, I don't expect much. That's why I only have the two on my screen sitting AMD. The goal is to get out of those today. If I can get out of those today and with profit, I mean, that's a perfect way to end the month. Perfect way. Just to give everybody a little bit of context, on the month, we are 18 out of 20 in trades. That's 90%. Mara and Palantir, two of our best stocks that we traded this year, are the only losers. The ones you love sometimes hurt you the most, right? So again, if we get AMD and City today, I mean, that's going to be 20 out of 22. I think that would be like right around 92% or so. That's the best month we've ever had in GAR, ever. The second best month of the year was actually in February, which was 15 out of 17, 88%. So November to remember, that's for sure. Great one all around. I'll go over this on the weekend video, and I'll send out the spreadsheet to everybody on the Premium Signals group on Discord. If you are interested in joining our Discord, please take a look at the description below. Again, we have a free plan. We have a paid plan to teach, a paid plan for signals, but some just want to get that free market blog. If you like the insights here on the morning note, you would love the Discord blog. Free forever. Please enjoy. It is our pleasure to serve and go ahead and inform everybody. We'll go and leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. Let's see what we get. Remember, that 188 on Dow, that's a lot of that is Salesforce. It doesn't mean the market is soaring because it really isn't. We're kind of just chopping around. So we'll see what we get. Have a great rest of your morning. Go Cowboys. We got a game tonight, Cowboys and Seahawks. The line moved to 8.5. Yes, I got some money on the Cowboys. I have the 9.5. I locked that in on Monday, and then the 8.5 as well. So if I'm in a bad mood tomorrow, you'll know why. And if I'm in a great mood, you'll know why. Have a great rest of your morning. Go Cowboys.